Hi, I'm Mike of New Love Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. What I'm looking at here is something called the PT Series Mun Explorer. It is actually one of the stock craft. I just loaded it up more or less randomly. I essentially noticed, because normally if I try and load up, if I looked at this menu, the stock ones were all out of reach because I didn't have enough parts unlocked. But not in this case, it would seem. I finally found one that will load up, so I basically loaded it up to see what it looks like. Mun Explorer, and I was thinking of going to the Mun. I didn't realise you could get spaceplane hangar stuff. So I think I'm actually going to go with this. I'm going to land on the Mun with this. Except, right, what I certainly am going to do is I'm going to make sure I take. Yeah, we'll start with this as the base. And I'm just going to assume that it is in fact going to get me there and back. Even if I suddenly loaded up with experiments. So, what are we going to have? Definitely want one of those. Definitely want one of those. Now, you can see it's only got the one solar panel, so I'm just going to chuck on, because I believe we, oh no, that's not working. Alright, I need to change to symmetrical mode and put those on there. So I believe that worked out alright last time. Now this means I'm not taking any goo with me. I'm not taking a Science Junior with me. So I'm probably going to want to do a whole bunch of, I mean, these are going to be, I'm going to have to want to do, I'm going to want to do several of these. I'm very tempted to remove those and go with big panels. No, not tempted to go with big panels. I'm tempted to go with 1x6s, but that probably will. I probably have more than enough electricity with those there. So I'm presuming it's kind of get me up into the sky. Well, I don't like the fact that those are in the same group, so I'm going to move those down. Yeah. Hang on. Oh no, I see, that's the heat shield. Oh, okay, so I decouple, that's fine. I decouple the heat shield. That's in the, I'm not sure I've seen that in the staging menu before. So the heat shield's in the staging menu. So when you put the chute up, the heat shield gets jettisoned. Okay, that makes sense. Didn't know you could do that. So this is going to get you to the Mun. And that's going to get down and then all the way back, hopefully. All right. Batteries, fins, and science sold separately. Right, I'm not going to take a scientist on board because I haven't got any experiments that need resetting. But this will get me a certain amount of science, and I'm just kind of interested to see how it flies. So I've really just added another solar panel and there's 2 science bits, and we're just going to see how this launches. And if I'm lucky, then I'll get enough science out of this to unlock the next thing, and then obviously maybe I want to make my own version. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get Kerbal Engineer. The reason I'm getting Kerbal Engineer is that the mission control and the tracking station are at 100%. Otherwise, I would not get this. I would have had to. I should have added a Kerbal Engineer, and I did not. But never mind. So we'll see how controllable it is. It is going to say it doesn't come with fins, which potentially could be problems. Well, I'd say it maneuvers a bit smoother than my normal contraptions. Move that out the way a little bit. Try following prograde. Because mine tend to wobble a lot. I think it's because I'm putting the fins on makes it wobble a bit. That's going about right. So far, we're currently doing an actual gravity turn where gravity is what's pulling us over. That's not strictly speaking true, actually. But by following prograde, if I was properly doing a gravity turn, I'd turn off everything to do with stability. So, but we haven't gone as over as I would like. So I'm going up too much in a minute. So we're going to head more towards the horizon. About to lose the first stage. So off we trot. Game is helpfully telling me not to use my parachute just now. So what have I got left after this? So I think, yeah, it looks like this is intended to get me into orbit, this stage. Alright, so that's given me an apoapsis of 76k. So we will add a maneuver and we'll put it, make sure it's at the apoapsis. I'm going to add, whoop, bring it back a little bit. Go. When do I want to go? In about 12 seconds, alright. So point at maneuver. Uh, 12:54 out of 14:08, so right there. Oh, I should have gone. So we'll go now. The trajectories model is doing a good job of telling me where I was going to go, which is nice of it. So I was a little late on that because I was busy. Could have been more efficient in terms of everything, quite frankly. I'm also wondering if I don't want to, in fact, not go to the Mun, but instead go to Minmus. because it's going to be easier to land and I think I might get a bit more science out of it. If I'm just going to get down and get only a couple of experiments out of the way. Ooh, am I going to make it? Looks like just about. Right, that's mean in orbit. It's a bit wonky. That'll do. Right, so if we're feeling brave, let's go for Minmus. And we're all fine. Let's try here, because last time I did this, I basically went at the descending node. Was no, it was ascending node. Let's try that. Now I do get I do get. No, that's me just leaving. Okay. Let's go back in again. So that's not that bad. The timing's a bit off. Right, so there we go. There we would make. They would get an encounter there. And then I'm fiddling with the. Well, actually, I don't want to be. What I was doing, I'm fiddling with the time, and that got me a lot closer. But that's not actually what I want in a minute, because I will. What the problem is, I'm low down. I want more of an equatorial orbit, but you know, I'll fix that on the way. Is what I'm going to do. What else to the maneuver? Right, so this is going to be a 937 thing out of the 146 that's left in this stage. Now, really, what I should have done, I should have left this lot behind me when I was still not quite in an equatorial, or not quite in orbit, so that would then burn up in the atmosphere. I'm going to slightly cheat and just kill it in the tracking station later on, because that is now space junk and contributing to the Kessler effect. Kessler syndrome, I should say. Right, so we'll pop in an alarm for that. How are we doing for various things? Electric charge is fine because we've got lots of solar panels. If I'd been clever, I would have changed the orientation of those ones, or maybe of those ones. We can't change the orientation of those ones, so that I am more likely to have the sun pointing at me. Okay, we'll backspace, so we're actually going back to look at ourselves. Going to be a minute and a bit, minute and a half basically. That's as fast as we can walk. I'll quickly check this, but I don't think there's anything that's worth doing. I'm beginning to wonder if that normal is in fact helping me at all. I don't think it is, but never mind. Zoom ahead slightly. But I don't want to change it now because that could change when I go too much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so I was thinking about at the last second. I was thinking of taking away that up 113 delta V, but I really don't think that would have been clever because it would have changed when I needed to go, and that could mean that I suddenly, instead of being ahead of when I needed to go, I could have been behind, and that probably wasn't what I wanted. So we just do this. I'm going for a landing on Minmus. I want to be equatorial because there are some nice flat bits on Minmus to land on when you are equatorial. And that seems like a thing to do. Okay, 30 seconds to go. Uh, 20 seconds to go. 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off. Right, we'll focus you back here. And we'll, that'll do. Close enough. So now we'll go halfway there. Oh, let's get rid of that, yeah. And we will see what I can do in order to get a... Oh, that doesn't actually seem to make any changes or whatsoever. Ah, I see why. I see why. I think I was on the purple thing, which is my return journey. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think that's what was going on. Yep. There we go. There we go. That was. See, that's more what I was expecting. I was more expecting to make changes like that. Ah, there we go. Look at that. That's pretty much exactly what I want. Yeah, okay. Well, we're coming fairly close to the old Minmus. And reasonably equatorial, which I think is as so. I think that's about as good as we're going to get. And that is going to be a tiny maneuver of about a second, so that's probably doable. So that is going to be for next time though. So thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit Me Love Dice at melovedice.com. We're also available on Facebook and on Twitter, and you can find the links to that in the video description. And until next time, reach for the stars.